Good morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I have a luxury perfume haul for you. So a couple of these were blind purchases and most of them turned out to be winners. One of them I'm sort of on the fence about, but I'll tell you a little bit more about that later. So make sure to stay until the end. I did save my favorite one for the last. If you're new here, hello, and thank you so much for clicking on my thumbnail. My name is Alithia, and on this channel we talk mostly about perfume. So if that is your thing, definitely make sure to head on down and hit the subscribe button. And feel free to head on over and follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. And without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so the first fragrance is Maison Francis Kurkdjian Gentle Fluidity Gold. So this is one that if you guys watch my channel, you know that I had a sample of this perfume and I've actually been toying with it back and forth for the last little bit, kind of wearing it here and there. And this is one that pretty much from the first moment that I smelt it, I knew that I wanted this one in my collection. They also do have a Gentle Fluidity Silver that is more marketed toward men, but these are both definitely unisex and you could wear either one interchangeably. So they both have a very similar note composition, but this one focuses more on the vanilla. There's also notes of amber, musk, woodsy notes, juniper berries, nutmeg, and coriander. So first, before I get too much into the fragrance, I will just show you a close-up of the bottle. So it does have the heavy-duty gold cap like you find on all of the MFK fragrances, and then you've got just this very simplistic bottle design with the gold writing and a little bit of a blushy sort of a pink juice. And this is just such an absolutely beautiful bottle. I cannot wait to see this sitting on my vanity. This is my second MFK fragrance that I have welcomed. Actually, it's the third, but I had gifted one of them, but this is the second MFK fragrance that I will be keeping in my collection. So what I get from this fragrance, you guys, is just a beautiful, complex, interesting, unique vanilla fragrance. There is a little bit of that juniper berry in there that kind of gives it a touch of a masculinity. It gives it almost a bit of a green, foresty kind of a smell. And the spiciness that's in here is not overwhelming. It's not too masculine. It definitely softens up. And what you're left with this one is quite a bit of amber and a huge dose of that absolutely gorgeous vanilla. So it has a very like sparkling quality about it. For me, this is definitely more of a special occasion perfume. This is not a perfume I would wear all the time, anytime. And definitely for me, a little bit of more of a colder weather perfume. This for me definitely says high heels and a really nice classy cocktail dress. It's just a beautiful fragrance. So if you guys want a little bit more of an in-depth review on this one, let me know and I can do that. But this is kind of just a quick overview of Gentle Fluidity Gold. So that is our first one. Really happy to have this one. So my second one, you guys, is Attrape-Reves from Louis Vuitton. And I do apologize. I know that that is not very good French accenting or pronunciation, but I am not great in the French accent area. So this is Attrape-Reves from Louis Vuitton. This is one of their really top selling, most raved about fragrances. If you look up Louis Vuitton perfume review, this is one of the one that pops up over and over. And yes, this was a blind purchase. However, this was supposed to come with two samples, one sample of the actual perfume itself so that you can smell it before you open it, as well as another complimentary sample. And I will show you guys the packaging because I think that's the greatest part, and then we'll get into the rest of the fragrance. So this is the package that the fragrance comes in itself. It comes in a very simplistic, beautiful, white, kind of a papery cardboard container. I absolutely love the packaging of Louis Vuitton. I have to say, I think there is nothing better than seeing this box sitting on your vanity or on a table. I just think it looks absolutely to die for. It just honestly makes my mouth water. I love it. Such beautiful, beautiful packaging. And then this is the top of the perfume container. So it's just this beautiful gold with the LV on the top, and this is the bottle itself. So I absolutely love the packaging of this, you guys. This is such a beautiful, simplistic bottle design. It does have the embossed Louis Vuitton on the front, and then it just has in black letters the name of the perfume, and this is what the top looks like. So gorgeous, such high quality, and this is a magnetic cap as well, which I really, really like. So it's just a very simplistic, small, magnetic cap. So first of all, before we get into the notes and the juice, I will tell you that I have not had a very good experience ordering this fragrance. I did order this directly from the Louis Vuitton house. As I said, this was a blind purchase, but when you go to order, they send you 2 free samples, one of the actual perfume so that you can smell it before you open it. That way, if you don't like it, you can return it unopened. And they also send you another free complimentary sample. However, I did not receive my samples. So I actually put the box back together because I think it looks so beautiful, but there was a spot in the box for the free samples and the samples were not there. So I was a little bit put off because not that I care too much about free samples, it's not the end of the world, but when you spend, you know, $400 on a perfume, you want your samples. It's not that big of a deal to throw them in, and you receive free samples for purchasing other fragrances that are not this high end. So that was a little bit of a put off. So because I had so much confidence in this fragrance and the notes looked amazing and it got such good reviews, and because I kind of wanted to review it for you guys and I don't have a lot of impulse control, I decided to open this bottle of perfume without having sampled it. So let me tell you what the notes are. So this has top notes of lychee, ginger, and bergamot. In the middle, you have peony, cacao, and Turkish rose. And in the base, you have patchouli. So to be very honest, my first impression of this fragrance is that I was expecting something a little bit richer and maybe a little bit more concentrated. It doesn't have a super concentrated feel to it. That being said, it is a fruity floral perfume, so it's essentially a fresh fruity floral. The opening is absolutely beautiful. When you first spray this, you get quite a hefty dose of lychee, but you also get a lot of that peony right off the hop. You also get a little bit of that ginger, so it does have a touch of a spiciness to it, like a very subtle fresh spicy. And then you also have that bergamot, so it does have kind of that citrusy fresh opening, and it really gets you right off the hop. It really smells amazing. The opening of this perfume is probably my favorite, and then as it starts to dry down on your skin, the floral notes come out quite a lot. I do wish that the cacao came through a little bit more. I was really hoping for more of a chocolatey, interesting fruity floral. It's not quite as interesting and wow factor as I was hoping. To be really honest, you guys, I was really hoping for wow factor with this fragrance. Yeah, and so in the end, you do have just basically a basic fruity floral fragrance with a little bit of patchouli and a little bit of cacao. So I do have to say that I'm not like blown away by this perfume. It's a really nice perfume. It's an easy, youthful, fun, fresh, daytime floral fragrance, basically. It does smell very young. It doesn't smell super sophisticated. It doesn't smell super complex or interesting. That's my take on it, but you never know. I might end up feeling differently about it after I wear it a few times. This is very much a first impression of this one. I'll take the lid off and just give it a smell again, because like I say, that first initial spray is my favorite, and it's kind of still fresh on the atomizer. Okay, so this is really a beautiful fragrance. It's just, I usually don't wear a ton of fresh fruity florals. If you want to know what this actually reminds me of, the very first time I sniff it, the very first thing that comes to my mind is Love by Sofia Vergara. If you want to know kind of what this fragrance will smell like, imagine Love by Sofia Vergara, which I don't love. So I guess what sets this one apart from the packaging and the prestige of it being a Louis Vuitton fragrance, is the dry down does have this subtle cocoa powder, like subtle chocolatey kind of a feel to it, which is really nice. But I have to say, like, I'm being totally honest, I'm not blown away by this fragrance. The other thing I have to say is I'm not super happy with the customer service, because I did write them and let them know that they did not include my free samples, so I had no way to test it. And not only did they not apologize for forgetting my samples, but they didn't offer to rectify it in any way, shape, or form. So I do have to say that I am a little bit not, like, I don't have a great feeling in my stomach about this perfume at the moment. I'm just being totally honest with you guys. One other thing, it doesn't have bold monster beast projection or performance. It does become fairly light on my skin fairly quickly. It is a really pretty fragrance, and I will give it a couple more wears and see how I feel about it. I think maybe in the summertime I might have a different take on this fragrance, because it is obviously a summertime fruity floral fragrance. It's very fresh. It's very playful, very carefree, very light, and yeah, so I will give this a little bit more of a chance during the summertime, and we'll see how I feel about it. That is the Louis Vuitton Attrape-Reves. Okay, and the last fragrance, you guys, and I have definitely saved the best for last. This is the one I'm currently obsessed with. This is my new favorite fragrance that I've added to my collection in recent memory. I absolutely love this. I'm obsessed. This is the Christian Louboutin Loubirouge fragrance. So I did tell you guys that I really, really wanted a Louboutin fragrance and that the Loubirouge was the one I was leaning toward. And this was a blind purchase as well, so a little bit risky. I know it was a little bit pricey for a blind buy, but what can I say? I like to do things like that. So I absolutely love this fragrance, and it turned out to be such a good purchase. So again, before we get into the juice, let me just show you the packaging and tell you a little bit about the fragrance. So this is supposed to be sort of reminiscent of a cabaret in Paris. It's supposed to give you the feeling of being at a cabaret in Paris. And of course it has the Louboutin shoe, the iconic Louboutin shoe on the top with the red bottom, standing on a globe of the world. And the lid, the bottle, everything about this perfume in and of itself is a bit of a masterpiece. Of course, it has the Louboutin red bottle. This is a very heavy bottle, by the way. This is extremely substantial. It feels very luxurious and very expensive. And I honestly think half of the weight comes from the lid. So that is what the bottle itself looks like. And this is what the box looks like. And it opens up and has the area inside for the perfume, and it also does come with a smaller cap so that if you were to travel, you could put that cap on top of your bottle and then you wouldn't have to bring this huge lid, which is really nice. So that's the box. It's a very substantial, like heavy duty cardboard box. And of course it's red and has the Louboutin signature on it. And I just absolutely love it. So I'm obsessed with the packaging as well from this fragrance. Everything about the presentation is 100% for me. So the three notes that are listed for this fragrance are cardamom, vanilla, and iris. And I have to tell you guys, I had my apprehensions with this fragrance. I was a little bit nervous because a lot of people said that it smelled like Bois d'Argent from Dior, which I do not absolutely love. It also was compared to Van Cleef & Arpels Bois d'Iris, which is a very woody vanilla iris scent. And the people who compared them are not wrong. This does have a little bit of a resemblance to Bois d'Argent and Bois d'Iris, but this one I find to be subtly more vanilla and a little bit more feminine, and I have to say I like this so much more. I like this so much more, you guys. So when you first spray this fragrance, you do get quite a large dose of that cardamom, but the cardamom is not off-putting, it's not overly masculine, it's not sharp, it doesn't tickle your nose or make you have to sneeze or anything like that. It's a very soft, feminine cardamom. It very kind of quickly starts to mesh and mix with that iris and that vanilla, and it ends up giving off a bit of a woody vibe. It gives off very much as if you are sitting in a cabaret. You are sitting in, you know, a very old antique building with a lot of history. It does come across a little bit lipsticky. It does give a little bit of that sort of makeup-y, lipsticky vibe, which I really, really like in a fragrance. So I've just removed the lid to kind of show you how crazy and intense this lid is. It is phenomenal. And I did spray the inside of the lid earlier, and okay, you guys, this is so beautiful. This has, oh, I can still get that cardamom that's in there. Oh, it's so pretty, you guys. It's so pretty. It's totally different than what I was worried. Like, I was concerned it would be too masculine. I was concerned that the cardamom would be too pronounced. I was concerned that it would be just too masculine and just not my thing, and it's not like that at all. The cardamom is so soft, it is so beautiful. And there is actually a lipstick, for those of you who didn't know, there is a lipstick called Loubirouge, and for me that's more of the vibe that I get from this. I definitely do get more of a feminine, sort of a lipsticky fragrance, but then there's also that underlying woodiness, that very subtle spiciness, very subtle woodiness, and it's just absolutely beautiful, you guys. It's really beautiful. So this also has great lasting power. This has way better lasting power than the Louis Vuitton. This one has better projection. This one has better sillage. This is still very much a first impression. I literally just smelt this for the first time this morning, so I am giving you like very much a first impression, but I have to tell you I'm head over heels for this one. Like the Louis Vuitton one, I'm gonna have to take my time with, but this one it's like an instant love for me. And I could be a little bit biased because I want to love it. It's Louboutin. I love Louboutin. I have a pair of Louboutin shoes that are like my favorite thing in the world. I'm also obsessed with the bottle. I'm obsessed with the concept. I love the luxury that is this whole fragrance and this whole company. You know, so I could be a little bit biased. I just absolutely love it. I couldn't be more happy to have this. I'm totally tickled by it. This is my favorite purchase from today's haul, hands down. And it was worth every penny, definitely worth every penny. So yeah, beautiful. I can't say enough good things about it. I will come back and do a full review for you guys after I've had more of an opportunity to wear it. And that is Loubirouge from Christian Louboutin. So that is it for today's video, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed hearing my thoughts on these fragrances, and I am really curious to hear your thoughts as well if you've tried any of them. And I'm looking forward to chatting with you down below, and I will see you guys all next time. Bye for now.